It looks like a luxury car, drives like a luxury car, it's hushed like a luxury car. What appears to be an Aston Martin badge from afar belongs to Genesis. That name was once used for a Hyundai model. Genesis is now the Korean company's luxury brand. It's debuting in America with 2 sedans. The G90 is the flagship.
The luxury segment is where the money's at for automakers. That's why Honda created Acura, Nissan, Infiniti, and Toyota, the wildly successful Lexus. However, those 3 brands started with dedicated standalone dealerships.
Genesis won't get those for years. Buyers will be walking past Elantras to a special section of Hyundai showrooms that have been selected to sell the G90. Need servicing? A valet picks it up at home or work, and a loaner is left behind. This pampering and scheduled maintenance is complimentary for the first 3 years or 36,000 miles. With its derivative design, G90 is aimed at the Audi A8, BMW 7 Series, Lexus LS, and Mercedes S-Class crowd. Prices start at $69,000, substantially less than the established players. Fancy stuff, such as climate-controlled seats, a divine sound system, and safety gear, such as auto-braking with pedestrian detection, can't be added because it's all standard. Great value. Those needing massage seats, panoramic roof, and perfumed ventilation are out of luck, not available. So, the only choices are color, rear or all-wheel drive, and engine. There's a 5-liter V8. This one's a 3.3-liter twin-turbo V6, purring with 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. The smooth 8-speed transmission may never be noticed. Drive modes change transmission and throttle mapping, steering weight, and suspension. Most will not need the V8. The 6 moves out smartly.
It's not quite as smooth as the BMW twin-turbo, but it is refined and has good response.
Put simply, G90 is an exceptionally done luxury car. You'd have to drive the competitors back-to-back to distinguish the differences. Genesis does lack 2 things: any kind of heritage whatsoever, and a premium badge that shouts, "I've made it." G90 is a premium machine for confident souls that don't shout about their success.
This is a seriously quiet car. There's the usual sound insulation and acoustical glass on every panel. Then there are special 2-piece wheels that are hollow. That creates an acoustical chamber. The engineers claim the body is lighter and stronger than a Mercedes S-Class. It does feel impressively stout.
On a 340-mile road trip, I saw 25 miles per gallon. Helped by adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, I arrived very refreshed.
An adaptive suspension is standard on G90. The ride quality is serene and controlled with very little body roll. This is not a sports sedan, though.
The sport setting firms everything up nicely without harshness. The ambiance inside isn't quite as high rent as Mercedes and BMW, but the space is tailored up to impress. Nearly everything has visual and physical heft to it. Nearly. Perhaps only luxury snobs and Virgo auto journalists will notice a few buttons borrowed from the Hyundai side and hollow door releases. I'm nitpicking.
The shutdown tune is the familiar Hyundai theme. Heavily orchestrated, not quite John Williams.
With a large, crisp display, the user interface operation is elegant, sort of a cross between Mercedes Command and BMW iDrive. Genesis makes it tough to miss anything around you, too.
This is a very comfortable spot with loads of legroom, but if you need more,
feel free to take matters into your own hands. It can be done with the console folded, too. Buy the V8 model to add power adjustment and venting to these heated seats. It's easy to block out the sun or the paparazzi.
Here's a feature found on other Hyundais. Simply stand next to the trunk with the key on you and it opens automatically. Nice, no matter what the price of the car.
Luxury cars seldom have folding seats. G90 is no different. Though large, this class is known for skimpy cargo capacity. An S-Class takes on only 6 packs, same with the 90. If you go shopping for a Genesis G90, chances are you'll also run into the G80, which is what the Hyundai Genesis used to be. Got that straight? Things have been added to it to bring it up market. The 80 will be available at all Hyundai dealerships. The 90 is more exclusive. And the G90 is the spiritual successor to Equus. The brand plans on adding a coupe and crossovers for a total of 6 models by 2021. A loaded G90 with V8 is $73,000, around $9,000 less than a base BMW 7 Series. So, like the Lexus launch some 30 years ago, Genesis begins by playing the value card. SUVs and standalone dealerships with espresso bars can't come quick enough. The G90 stands on its own, though. Most people will never ride in a vehicle this well appointed. How the dealership experience, or lack of, will affect sales is hard to gauge. I personally don't care about free coffee and muffins since I seldom ever go to the dealership. Modern cars just don't need much servicing. Eventually, the pampering is something we pay for, but I know many people who love the perks that premium brands offer. And finally, for those who believe Hyundai is still a second-rate automaker that doesn't have the talent to pull Genesis off, well, you have not been paying attention. Both Hyundai and Kia, which is kind of controlled by Hyundai, make world-class products and they're relentless about improving them. The next 5 years will be fascinating to watch. There you go, gang. That is my take on the all-new, and I do mean all-new, Genesis G90. Not too often I get to profile an entirely new brand. Competition is good. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.